Hey, guess what?
Come on, mijo, you're very excited. What's going on?
Did you hear about the walkouts?
Well, I heard something, but tell me, what is that?
Yeah, 2 schools had walkouts. Wilson and another one. A bunch of kids walked out right in the middle of the day.
Why? Why were they doing that?
You should know. You went to school in East LA. You know what it's like. They treat us like we're all criminals. They lock the bathrooms. They don't prepare us for college. They punish you or ignore you if you speak Spanish. Crummy books, crummy teachers. Man, there's a lot of stuff people should be protesting. It's about time.
Sounds familiar.
And tomorrow, all the students at Garfield are planning to walk out. Everybody, including me.
And what about your brother? He's only in junior high. Are they going to walk out too?
Yes. But don't worry. I'll go get him and keep him with me, okay?
I don't like this. I don't want anything bad to happen to my children. Yeah, but I know how you feel, and that you feel you are doing the right thing.
I know, Mom. I'll be careful. But the time is now.
I'm worried, but I don't want you to do this, but if you do this, be careful. There's bound to be a lot of police and maybe trouble. Don't get hurt.
I promise. I love you, Mom.
Be careful, mijo. I'm proud of you. The walkouts, March 1968. They were the largest demonstration of student protest by high school-age students in the history of the United States. Even until today, over 20,000 students from 15 schools in East Los Angeles walked out to protest the conditions of the quality of their education. They got national attention for their actions and their courage, including my children. The next day at school, things were different. A lot of rumors were flying around, and they finally called a staff meeting at the end of the day. Now, I went, even though most of the time the teachers' aides were not invited, but it was a special meeting, so everyone was there. Some of the teachers were very scared.
Just what are their demands? We're all doing the best we can.
These people are troublemakers. They're a bunch of communists.
This is democracy. The majority rules.
I felt I needed to respond in my own way, but I was never very outspoken. But on that day, I found my voice.
Yes, you in the back. Did you have something to say?
I agree. We live in a democracy, but in a true democracy, we also have to listen to the minority.
What?
In a true democracy, the majority rules, yes, but the minority has a voice. We have a voice too. My kids continue to be politically active, and I continue to support them. Not only learning about everything that was going on, but also about myself. Before we went back to school that fall, I attended a special workshop for teachers. And a young college student got up and spoke out about the Chicano movement, about what they were trying to accomplish. He was so passionate, but he cussed a lot.
Inside a crowded meeting in an auditorium.
Young man, I object to your language, your profanity.
What is real profane here, mister? What is worse? My cursing words or the words injustice, inequality, racism, poverty, oppression, and hate?
Hey! You tell him, George!
I was awestruck. And I remembered that all my life. I knew what he meant. Things had to change. People had to do something. I had to do something. That's when I decided to go to college and get my teaching degree. Thank God for family. I would get the kids to school, go to work, go to school, come home, make dinner, do homework, and do it all over again the next day. My husband supported me and helped feed the kids. My mother watched them when I was at class, and the big kids helped the younger ones with the homework. I went to Cal State LA to get my degree, but I also became educated about the world and the movement, the Chicano moratorium, Cesar Chavez, all the things that were going on. Oh, it was exciting. Most of the other students were younger than me, even younger than some of my own children. But I felt like a part of the scene. I found my identity. And I began to call myself Chicana. Oh, I really wanted to go back to Hamel as a teacher when I got my credential, but there were no openings. So I ended up teaching at City Terrace Elementary. It's a small, wonderful school. But there was still trouble if you stood your ground. It was 1975, and we were planning the bicentennial, the 200th birthday of the USA.
A meeting at school with Ofelia and other teachers.
So we, the first grade teachers, are planning a joint activity to celebrate the bicentennial.
Well, how are we going to celebrate?
By creating a program that honors brown people in the history of the country.
Why would you want to do something like that?
Because brown, black, and yellow are part of America too.
That'll just cause trouble.
No, it won't. Because everyone will get to be a part of the celebration.
I have an idea. You can dance around like a bunch of Indians, or maybe you can sing Dixie.
I don't think so.
You know, you're just being a communist and a radical.
What?
No.
All I want is for the kids to be proud that they're Chicano.
Why can't you do something American?
Chicanos are American.
In the principal's office, Ofelia and the principal.
Come in, have a seat.
That's all right, thank you.
Ophelia, there's been some complaints from your colleagues about your refusal to participate in the bicentennial celebration. You know, if you don't participate, you could lose your job.
I am participating.
That's not what I heard.
We're doing a mural, a reading, and playing some music. The real problem is that they don't like what we are offering. Or they don't like that we are celebrating.
Well, I've also heard complaints from the parents that you are a communist and a radical.
So that's why the parents were in my classroom. They were spying on me.
They were not spying on you. They were observing your teaching methods.
Well, all I want is for the students to know their backgrounds, to understand themselves more.
Okay. I'll think it over and we will talk about this more tomorrow.
Ofelia at home later that night with her husband.
Oh gosh. I'm worried about my job.
Well, what's wrong, honey? Why are you worried? What happened?
I'm worried about being blackballed because of what they're saying about me.
What are they saying about you?
They're saying that I'm a communist and a radical.
Pendejos. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stand up for what I believe in.
Good. Do what your heart tells you to do.
Ofelia in the principal's office the next day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Last night I was thinking about everything, and so I looked up the list of activities to celebrate the bicentennial.
Really? How do you feel about that?
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. You are in absolute compliance with the directive, and you can do what you want to do.
Well, I am happy that you spent your time figuring out the truth. But next time, you should think before accusing anyone of anything.
You're right, and I'm sorry for everything I put you through.
I just want the kids to know about themselves. I was always worried about my voice. That is, being heard. Not just because I'm reserved and soft-spoken, but to be understood and respected. I was nervous about speaking in front of people all my life. It took years for me to learn that it doesn't matter. You have to speak out. You have to use your voice. That day was a major turning point in my career and in my life. I taught for 28 years before I retired. Now, I seem to be busier than when I had a job with all the art and the altars that I make, but, oh no, I'm grateful. I'm surrounded by art and family. Well, that's my story. Gracias.